business and Facebook and social media and friends and acquaintances and like friends who are friends on Facebook, but you don't actually know them in real life, and like how do you navigate and like do all the things without either getting twisted into knots yourself, doing things that feel like out of alignment with who you are, or prompting, I think maybe I'm thinking I'm not one of the only ones who also lives kind of or has lived in fear of being what touches off one of those rants that people can sometimes post. Have you ever seen one of those? Like, it's not about you. Well, hopefully, if it is, I'm sorry that happened to you. But like, somebody gets offended by being invited to something or asked about a small business or something, and they post this thing on their Facebook page and just like kind of vent or rant about it. And nobody wants to be the person that like triggers something like that, right? Like that would be like, I don't know about you, but that's like my nightmare. Hi, Sheila. So here's the thing though. A lot of us who are here, we have entrepreneurial leanings. Like there's like maybe you have a small business, or maybe you have multiple small businesses. Maybe you're in network marketing, or like it could be any number of things, right? Figuring out how to navigate that on social media and with friends and acquaintances can be really, really super tricky. And I think part of it has to do with underlying fears or beliefs that are inside of us, that when you kind of like process through them, it can really free you up to just like be you and just do you and not have all that stuff playing in your head. So the first thing I think that is really important, and I taught about this in the Entrepreneur Unlocked retreat, so this is totally like a freebie, but it's okay if you like making money. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's okay if you're an entrepreneur. It's okay to like selling stuff. It's okay to like offering a great product or service. It's okay to take money for those things. Like, that's okay. If you like are a doctor or a lawyer and you can also like serve your network and offer value, like you wouldn't hesitate to bill for that. Like, you don't have to feel like there's something shameful or wrong with having a business and liking making money. I think that's like a huge thing. I like money. I like making money. I like having money. I like spending money, and that's okay. And if you fight feelings of feeling like you need to apologize for that, or there's something wrong with that, then what it is you've somewhere got a limiting belief that's come in, and it'll make it really difficult for you to be successful. Because if you are fighting on the inside, feeling like you're doing something wrong when you're building your business, then it's just going to make things so traumatic on the inside for you, because it's like darned if you do, darned if you don't. You either are letting your business die and you're not like being true to it, or you're doing it and feeling like ick at the same time. Okay, nobody wants to be that person who's like making people feel icky about their product or service. But if you're worried about doing that, I can pretty much promise you're not doing that. It's kind of like people who are worried that they might be crazy. They're not the crazy ones. If you worry that maybe you're nuts, you're probably not nuts. If you're worried that you're going to be the one that's like spamming people, like you're not. Like, so you can set that aside. You can be at ease. You're okay. Now, maybe you have some skills that need to be worked on. Maybe you need to do different things, and like get better at it. But that's not the same thing as like spamming somebody, okay? So if that is at all a concern in your heart, you can set that aside and like just move forward. The other thing is that conventional business wisdom, conventional social media wisdom. Look, these things serve a purpose in that it's great to have good information about what to do and how to do it. But it's always second best compared to doing and operating in the way that like feels really in alignment with your personality and who you are and what you want to say. So like, for instance, I've got two businesses that are like seem like they're separate, although I see them as combined. And one would be the education company. And two, I also am very proud to be a SeneGence distributor, and I love the products and I love the company. I love everything about that. But here I've got two things that like both sides of it, there's a what is it called? A stereotype of how people who are in those areas behave or work or how they do things. So it can get really hard to get out of my own head. And so, for instance, today I was working on the SeneGence side of things. And I decided, or Carrie and I decided, we talked and like we restarted a group that I really haven't done anything with in years, like literally years. But I realized that's a piece of me that I let a bunch of lies kind of shut down, and I let a lot of insecurities shut that down. And we just decided to take it back because that gave me a lot of joy. And Carrie loves that too. And we're like, you know what? Like, there's a place for that. Like, honestly, I'm at the heaviest weight that I have been when I wasn't pregnant. I carry it really well, so nobody start telling me complimentary things. I swear that's not why I'm saying this. But like, I want a place where I can talk like through that and like go on that journey with some people. I have gone through I have a virus that lives in my skin, and so I have when it gets triggered, I have like in mind-blowing horrible infection that can start up. And so I've learned different skills, and that's something that I have to offer and to give, and that's like a great place for that. So we wanted to create this place, and it's funny because I started to just follow conventional wisdom. I started to do things how I know in my head you're supposed to do, and then I just was like, this is seriously in conflict with, like, I feel in conflict with myself. And so I just decided I mean, it's totally crazy. I've never seen anybody do it that way, but I just decided to be totally upfront. I went live on my personal Facebook page and I said everything that was in my heart to say. Hey, I'm doing this, and this is what it's for, and this is who it's for. And then I did something that I think is like downright nuts, and I haven't seen anybody do when it came to trying to like have a group like that. And I was just really honest about like who would not be served by that. And as you're building your business and whatever kind of like group or community, because for most of us, not everyone, that's something that will at sometimes serve our business, and it allows us to give really freely, like in a more intimate way than just like open broadcast on our page or a personal page or a business page. I feel like I can say things here that are like, and now obviously this is not where I do anything SeneGence related. This is all about like the mission of Shine Tribe, which is to equip and empower and just to support and encourage each other. But I can get more like real here. I don't know why. I mean, the truth is that I don't personally know all of you, but you've all like chosen to be here, like you're in, and I feel more comfortable being a little more raw and like going a little deeper and saying things that I wouldn't just put there. It's probably more a mental thing on our side, you know what I mean? But still, it's like a layer of intimacy, and you're able to serve and give in a better way. So for most of us, at some point or another, that's going to serve your business. And it's okay also to say like who it's not for. And this was the first time that I did it really clearly. Hey, Jean, because you know what? There are certain kinds of, in that business, there are certain kinds of customers I don't enjoy. Like, not at all. I might enjoy them as a friend. I might enjoy them like as a human. But like, I'm not going to bring stuff to the table that serves them, and they're going to make me insane. So I just was really like, I felt really good about saying, hey, if this is important to you and this is like how you see this and how you see it, you know what, this, it's not going to be for you. It's not going to be your jam. Like, don't go join that It's not the thing for you. And while most of the time you won't actually say it that clearly, I just felt like really good about being that transparent. Do think through those things. Do think through, like, who do you not enjoy? What types or what things do you specifically not enjoy dealing with or working with that? And you can, without being quite as clear cut as I was when I said, if like this is you and you buy into this and this is your mentality, this is not the group that's going to serve you, you can still use language that will not be appealing to those personality types or those viewpoints, and you can still shape the group to build your business in that way. Does that make sense? You guys are really quiet, so like I'm thinking that hopefully I'm conveying things really well. So first of all, I think it was, I don't remember the very first thing, but I know one of the main things was it's okay to make money. It's okay to have a great product or service. It's okay to like making money. It's okay to sell things. It's okay to like selling things. There is nothing wrong with money, liking money, making money, having money, and spending money. And that is something that sometimes, especially those who are from a Christian worldview, can really struggle with, because there's some contrary messages that get put really deep. So make sure that if that stirs anything and you're like, ooh, I think I believe something like that, go and like flip that around. 2, conventional business wisdom and social media wisdom and all of that is great, but it's always, oh good, Mary, I'm glad it's making sense. It's always second to just kind of following that knower, your gut instinct. Colleen, hopefully this little recap kind of helps too. There's a thing inside you that kind of just knows what you need to say and what you need to do. And as you start listening and you tune into it more, like I did things a really weird way today and I feel really good about it. Even if it's just because even like it might not be as outwardly successful as if I did things the normal way, but what I'm shaping is way more me. And ultimately we want to build a business that we love, that we want to show up to, that like gives us joy. And that's what we did. We looked at like what kind of place can we create that will give us joy to show up there. And so we did that. And I put it out there. If you want to see an example of something really weird and not normal, you can go look at that. If you are a Senegens distributor, just know that that's not a group that's open for that. But I share all of the methodology and the formulas I work through and all the stuff in here anyway, so you can apply it whether you are, with any network marketing company or whether you have, like I know, lots of ladies here have small businesses, Etsy, professional services, stay-at-home moms, and you can apply it to any place. Yes, it's all about that authenticity, Colleen. Perfect. So as I'm processing through those and doing different things, the other thing I noticed was it definitely let me see that working on the actual sales product side of it, it's definitely secondary in terms of how much joy it brings me in comparison to all things I do for my education company, all things I do having anything to do with Shine Tribe, even though I don't make money off of Shine Tribe. It's just where I get to talk to you who are also like on that same journey, even if it's not entrepreneurial, and it feeds in a way. Like when I was done working on things for the day for like outright sales, I was like done and like ready to be done. I enjoyed it. It was something I wanted to do. It was great, but like I feel depleted versus I can do stuff for this for hours and hours and hours at a time, and I leave and I just want to do more. It feeds me differently. So that was a really interesting thing to take note of and just realize, hey, I am on the right track in knowing that like the retreats and the courses and the classes and those things, they really are where I'm going. Even if this and the sales is still part of my life and something I love and I want a space for that, it's definitely secondary. So how things pull energy from you can tell you a lot. It can tell you a lot about where your focus should be, where you're going, where things are moving and shifting, like what draws from you versus what feeds you. So I guess those would be the 3 things. Oh, you guys, I want to get my nails done so bad, but I'm being really good with my choices financially right now as I'm getting ready to launch new things and taking care of some debt and investment that was well worth it, but it's time to like just wipe it out. And I have sad nails in the meantime. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I would love to share more about that. I really, really feel like if women are empowered to fund their dreams, then we can change the world. So that's why the business side and business coaching side of things for Shine is so like a part of it, as much as it's really about what's happening on the inside unrelated to business. That's like the biggest piece of this. For those of you who are entrepreneurial or do have businesses, I know that when we have money, I mean, you give a purpose-driven woman unlimited funds and she will change the world. So that's through business, so be it. And I love empowering that. So anyways, Ben just came in towards me in any minute, and I will catch you guys later. Okay, bye.